Welcome to Thought Leader Life, where we are helping to democratize thought leadership. Join us each week where we interview a new thought leader about what it takes to become and maintain thought leadership in a number of different vertical markets. To learn more, check out www.thoughtleaderlife.com. Hi, Mitchell Levy, global credibility expert, and welcome to this special credibility episode of Thought Leader Life, where we're talking to really some of the world's most amazing humans talking about their credibility, and today's episode is no exception. Our guest is Ken Homer, who is the founder of Collaborative Conversations. He's a seasoned organizational development practitioner, coach, facilitator, and process artist and designer. His expertise is in helping people resolve complex challenges and create cultures of collaboration. Ken, welcome.
Thank you, Mitchell. Pleasure to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, it's so great for you to be here. So tell me, what is your CPOP? What's your customer point of pain?
Well, there's a number of them, but the number one thing I think I focus on is that only 1 in 3 projects comes in on time and on budget. So there's a tremendous opportunity for collaboration there.
By the way, crazy that companies have projects and only 1 in 3 come in on time and on budget. Tell me a little bit more. How does collaboration fit, and what do you do?
Well, you know, I read this statistic of 1 in 3 projects coming in on time, or 2 out of 3 not coming in on time and on budget. And I don't attribute that to people not having good intentions or not having good resources. I think they lack certain, I'll say, conversational competencies. They don't know how to talk together in ways where they can really bring out the best in each other and be highly effective at work.
So what does that mean for you to? So you get hired to come in to companies, and obviously you solve problems in addition to, because collaboration is much more than just projects. But let's talk about the project piece. What do you do? How do you help a company be more effective that way?
Mm-hmm. The first thing I do is I teach people how to listen, and I teach them how to listen very specifically by focusing on their breathing and their body, so that there's a few distinctions around listening, of listening for agreement, listening for when people disagree with you, listening for what's really important, where someone's passion lies, what motivates them, why they do what they do. And then the best one for me is what I call listening for that enlivening moment. You know, if we posit that the future is always attempting to be born in the present moment, then sometimes someone will say something and the hair on the back of your neck stands up. You go, wow, you know, that's something alive. Or you have a really strong reaction, like, no, that's something alive too. So people miss these things all the time. They go, oh, that was just my body doing something. And I tie that into, how can I listen very deeply to people so that I get what's being said, what's not being said, and what's really important. And then if I'm attuned to that listening at a deeper level, it becomes a lot easier to collaborate with people because I understand them from a different perspective than just work. I kind of know who they are, and I know what they want to bring and what they want to get.
By the way, absolutely beautifully said, very well articulated, and clearly so true. The hair on the back of my neck was standing up. So nicely, I get shivers when the right thing is being said, and I'd say 10% of the guests cause that to happen. So if you're not one of the 10%, my apologies. But if you are, you're awesome, and you are awesome. So what gives you the credibility to do that?
Experience. I've been at this for a long time. I spent a decade as one of the developers of the World Cafe dialogue process. So I was looking at, how does insight travel? What makes for a good question? How can we have 500 people in the same conversation in a way that allows everyone to contribute and come up with something productive? I was also trained as an integral coach. I had a year-long certification program. So I had that coaching paradigm of, I don't want to solve people's problems. That creates codependence. What I want to do is build their competencies. So I put the two of those together. How can I create a culture of conversational competence in an organization where they know how to be in the right conversation about the right thing at the right time with the right people? If I can help folks do that, then they can be way more effective than any individual problem that I solve for them.
Got it. So School of Hard Knocks, lots of activity, experimentation around the world, and some form of certificate program training.
Yes. And a question that I asked myself for a long time that took me several years to answer, which was, in the software world, there's this minimum viable product. I was looking for minimum viable set of conversations. If a team comes together and says, we need to produce X outcomes, this is our project, then is there a minimum set of conversations that they need to engage that will let them produce that outcome, produce high quality results, build relationships, learn along the way, anticipate problems, and feel really good at the end? And I came up with an answer for that there are in fact 4 conversations that show up in any size or scope project. They might be different depending upon the context, but they show up again and again and again. And once you know them, then it gets much easier to collaborate.
Nice. Very nice. So in today's world where we all have one of those and we all have one of these, how do you get your credibility out there? How do people get to see you before they talk to you? How do they get to know that they want to interact with you for a huge problem that you help solve?
I do have a website. I've got a couple of videos up on the website explaining what I do. I've written several articles on LinkedIn's Pulse, so you can look up some of the stuff there. I have a blog on my website. I have people who I've worked with who are very happy to say Ken's a great guy to work with. So I have endorsements and recommendations, and that's basically the way that I've been working. And I'm really trying to up-level my marketing to get more visibility in the world, because I've been pretty successful with what I've been doing so far, but I really could use some more exposure. So I'm very grateful for you to invite me on this program.
Oh,
get a little of that.
My pleasure. So listen, if you're either part of the management team or you're one of those inside a company and you recognize that 2/3 of your projects are not finishing on time and on budget, you're going to want to have Ken talk to you about what you're doing, at least find out a little bit more. Ken Homer, how do people reach out to you?
Like I say, I have a website. You can find it under collaborativeconversations.com, or my name, kenhomer.com. I'm at LinkedIn, Ken Homer. Those are the primary ways that people contact me. Other than that, if you know someone who knows me, which has been a big part of where I get business from, is referrals. But if we're not known to each other, then either my website or LinkedIn.
Or, if you do a good job, your friend Google is one who could potentially find you.
Yes, I do show up on Google.
All right. Hey, Ken, thanks a lot for sharing your credibility with us today.
It's been a pleasure, Mitchell.
Thanks. And for all you, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to our channel, and we look forward to seeing you at the next episode of Thought Leader Life. Take care, everyone. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Hope you enjoyed this episode of Thought Leader Life. Please subscribe to us on YouTube and activate us by going to thoughtleaderlife.com/activate. Till next time.